Hello, Vladimir.
Hello,
Here we are after a 3 days intensive workshop in Berlin, your first seminar in this city, and we expect that it will be the first one of a series of them. So, you teach Hunyuan Qigong, and I guess that there are many people who still don't know the Hunyuan Qigong. People might have heard about Qigong. So how can we describe what is Hunyuan Qigong that might be also different from other Qigong forms?
It is different and the same. This is a traditional school, first of all. I'm grateful for opportunity to teach in Berlin. Very interesting 3 days. And as for the traditional Hunyuan school, this is a tradition passed by the very famous master, my first Hunyuan teacher, Master Fenjitan. And this is traditional lineage of health science in China, which is combining techniques of Chen style from Master Chen Fake, who is very famous, and Master Hu Yaozhen, who was practicing Xingyi Luhe, and who was the creator of modern Qigong, I would say. For the time being, we are translating his works from 50s of the 20th century, 5 books, and he really created the terminology and the basics of modern Qigong. And of course, the Master Fenjitan, he was very, very famous in martial arts circles for his deep knowledge and big heart and scientific mind. And he tried to create the new science of health preservation and health development for modern people. And we have here the elements of meditation, of breathing techniques, old ones, and elements of martial arts and movement. And this is a collection of very collection of treasures, collection of important things which help us to preserve our health in modern circumstances. Okay, so it's a traditional thing. It's a traditional have. I have a Baishi agreement with my teacher, so it means I'm in the lineage, I'm in the family, and at the same time I'm traveling a lot and trying to establish a new understanding of this art in communication with people in different places around this world. I'm trying to understand how to explain them these things, how it is better to organize the information. The method is always important because we should save time and money for those who wants to study this art. Okay.
I would like to highlight 3 elements from Hunyuan school that I think that they are very genuine from Hunyuan. The first one is the very peculiar technique of breathing, which is also different from other schools. The second one is the singing while doing exercises. And the third one is the stick. At least from my perspective, these 3 elements I would like to now highlight. Can we mention like maybe one sentence for each of these 3 elements that people also can understand?
The purpose of breathing is important. In China, in traditional culture, they think heaven, earth, people together. This is the way how we think in tradition. So we are trying to collect our mind and our body. And the breathing techniques is the bridge between them. How we will connect this mind, which is usually thinking about global problems, and this very local body, okay? To combine them together, we need these breathing techniques. The traditional breathing is using the belly area and inhaling and exhaling and voice also. So mantra. Together, these breathing techniques, they correctly connect our mind to our body and our body to our mind. We have a bridge, we have a connection. In other words, our spirit, which we call Shen in Chinese tradition, and our body with its essence, we call Jing, the blood and all liquids of our body, and our breathing, the energy, which we call Qi. Qi is connecting the Jing and Shen. All these three together. And if these elements are combined, we are happy. Our body is happy, we are productive, and we have a feeling that we are living in the right way, okay? Like this. And the stick is an important culture. It was created in 1,200 years before, during the Tang era in China, and the main idea is not to practice with bare hands, but to connect them. We have a simple, small stick connecting two arms together, and if we have our arms together, our hands, our palms, then we have our mind, left and right side connected, and we have much higher speed of development of skills, because we don't need to think about how to correctly position our hands. Our hands, they are representing our mind, so this is a kind of meditation, this stick technique. It's called Taiji Ban. And using Taiji Ban, we can develop skills in health preservation much more faster. It is a good way to educate modern people, to tell them, to let them study all techniques in a very efficient way.
And not only health, but also skills for martial art, right? And I think that also this is a very important point that we can mention, because one of the ways of also applying the skills and the principles is through Tuishou, Tai Chi, pushing hands.
Pushing hands. Pushing hands is a treasure of Chinese culture, and I think this is the most civilized martial art in the world, because we are just changing the position, the balance of our partner, and we are avoiding all dangerous techniques like hitting, throwing, and joint locks. We are not using them. We are just moving the balance of our partner, which is very important for personal development. We feel some kind of instability in our body. We start to create a new and better position, and our ability to create balanced postures, balanced positions, balanced movements, balanced contact improves greatly. So martial art, it is very important part of traditional culture, and it is also integrated into this collection of treasures which we have in Hunyuan School. The meditation, the breathing, the movement, the contact, and martial art. These 5 things They help to deal with day-to-day problems of modern people and efficiently solve these situations and prepare them for instability, recreate, and a lot more.
True, in this sense, the traditional Chinese culture is carrying a treasure for the whole humanity. Things that in the West definitely we didn't develop to such an extent. So it's very important your function also to translate things from Chinese culture also into the West. And sometimes I ask myself, I imagine how the world will look like or how the world will be if in all the schools, since we are children, we will learn Qigong, Tai Chi, or getting used to understand conflict through the idea of pushing hands, that is a non-violent conflict. So sometimes I ask myself what kind of world will be. Do you think that this practice also changes people in the sense that it could be a better world if this would be much more present in every single city or in every single place?
I dream that Hunyuan School of Qigong and Hunyuan School of Martial Arts will become the part of future education, because this is, I think it has potential for this. It has potential for this. I see how people in different countries happy when they are applying these principles to their life. And I have an academy. I'm training instructors of Hunyuan. It takes long time, but I think we should create a program and then maybe move it to the academic level, maybe to some universities. I think this is a great idea. This is a great idea because what is interesting in this tradition that in all the eras, in all the centuries, people were interested in development of family members. Inside the family, it was a translation and a transition of cultural treasures. So the next generation was properly trained and properly motivated and properly shaped to face the new situations, to face crisis, to face happy hours, to face everything. And these family traditions, they now available to more general public. Okay, not in every family on this earth we have such a high level of cultural presentation and cultural transmission from parents to kids, and not in every university we have such a high level of transition of culture. This is a high level. This is a high level because it was belonging to clans, to families, and now it becomes a science, and it is available to the public, to those who are interested. Mm-hmm. And our goal, our mission is to create this institutions, okay? Institutions, so many people around the world would have access to these instruments, to meditation, to breathing techniques, to special body techniques, to the art of connecting to other people and to the martial art. And by establishing this research groups around the world, I think we will support the interest of the people, and we will stimulate those in Western culture who are interested in getting these things into daily life and to integrate this into our modern life. This is a long journey, but it's okay. It's interesting.
May I ask you, because what I understood is that also your way of transmitting the practice, the way I understand it is that you also ask your students for interpretation, for interpreting the practice in their own way, as long as the principles are well rooted. So this also gives a lot of freedom for people to combine different practices, to create mixtures of practices, hybrids. And this is also like a non-orthodox or non-dogmatic way also of looking at something that has been always preserved traditionally by families. So do you think that this is is going against a little bit the tradition, this way of opening so much the wisdom?
We should find somehow the way between adopting the tradition to the modern life and preserving its consistency. Okay, this is a big question. This is a big question. How tradition is surviving in modern circumstances. But this is interesting thing, and I believe that if tradition will help people to do their job, to do their design, their creation work, it is good. Maybe then they will return to the tradition again and again and again. They should be happy practicing it. They should be happy applying some of these principles. Of course, this is a challenge for the teacher of traditional culture, because people want immediately take something valuable from the culture and adopt and use it in their daily life. And I think this is great. This is the challenge, and this is great at the same time, because if we will support them in this, in their wish to get something valuable from tradition, then they will come to study again, and we will go to deeper level of tradition. Okay, because tradition is I'm studying martial arts for 33 years, and my teacher is studying this for 50 years, and of course we have a lot of things to discuss with him, and I'm happy that tradition can be useful for people who just come to the class for the first time. It means that tradition is alive. Okay, it helps people to live their ordinary life, and in China they believe that path, the Tao, cannot be separated from daily life. Our daily life is our path, is big Tao. And if we're happy to apply our tradition, okay, it works, we're happy, people will come again, and we will discuss it further.
And actually, for example, Hunyuan School is already a combination of different
Hunyuan
things.
is a combination of our energy and the basic energy of the world around, of chaos, and the internal energy, and it answers the question how to grow internal energy, and how to grow communication with the world around. Okay, how to develop it, because all what we see, I believe now around us, is a communication. We communicate to other people, to the government, to other countries. Okay, we should be more in communication. I usually remember the great boxing coach Kasper, who was trainer, who was mentor of great boxer of all the times, Iron Mike Tyson. Okay, he said that boxing is 70% is mental. 20% emotional, and only 10% is physical. And the same thing here. We are developing a way how to see the things, and then inside this understanding of the world around and inside, we are presenting the traditional method of what to do, because it is connected to the basic questions: who am I, where I'm going, who are all these people around, why are they behaving in this way. We all have these questions, and inside these answers we can develop culture. Okay.
And this is actually can be already the last question, because also during your workshops, during your classes, there is also time. It's very important, the time for talking, the time for drinking tea. So what can we tell to the future participants of your future workshops, how the classes are structured, that we have moments for practicing, moments for talking, moments for drinking tea?
Usually I'm trying to follow the instructions of old masters and organize our workshops in the way the life was organized in monasteries, in traditional monasteries, because they were practicing a lot, but 45 minutes practicing, 15 minutes talk and rest, and change from meditation to dual to partner work, then walking around, watching the city, creating new impressions, and again to the practice. Again, meditation, dual exercises, discussion, tea time, and it creates, as you see, very fast creates a good relation inside the group, and trust, and people are trying to understand each other, to understand themselves, and this is a good for development of skills. This is a nice environment. We are creating environment. If we create environment within the workshop, or we are productive, people achieve their goals, and creating this environment is a big art of organizing workshop. This is true. And I believe that people can come for just 2 hours, and maybe next day 2 hours, and maybe next day 2 hours, or 1 day, or 3 days. It depends. I'm trying to design an open system. People just coming for 2 hours and having a quick review of all techniques, also happy. And maybe next time we will try to create an open space. Everybody can come for free, and to have this quick overview of the system and then participate. I think it will be more interesting for them, and more developing their environment in Berlin, because I believe that traditional schools should come to big cities and to present their programs for the modern people in the city, and people will choose, will try to find what is important and what is valuable, and we'll see, and we should try to discuss and to develop the discussion between tradition and modern people in the modern city.
Great. I think that a very nice way of finishing the interview, if you agree with me, would be to show to the camera the very simple 8 characters and we actually see how it moves your belly, so while you make the sound. So just for
okay, I would choose the open and close exercise. I like it the most. We are slowly moving forward and opening our hands, spreading our energy, moving And then we are collecting this. We open. And we are collecting the energy to one single point in the center. And the energy starts to breathe, starts to move around the body. We are trying to open and to move forward and to meet this world. And then we are moving back and collecting everything from this world to our own center. Okay? Thank you, Diego.